The longer you chase women without incorporating these 3 secrets I'm about to tell you, the closer and closer you're going to be getting to ruining your life. Bold statement, I know, but I'm just speaking from my own experience here. You see, before I got into my current relationship, I spent years chasing women. Yet all I was getting was ghosted and heartbreak after heartbreak. I mean, at one point, I even almost gave up and started thinking maybe I'm just not meant for relationships. But I kid you not, after I incorporated all 3 of these secrets, the very next relationship I got into turned into the very first healthy relationship I'd been looking for. So if you're in a similar situation to me and you actually want to experience a healthy relationship, make sure to watch till the end, because this information could change your life. Bro, let me ask you something. How many times have you wanted a healthy relationship with a woman, but no matter what you do, it feels like it's just out of reach? Like whatever you do, you just push her away. This was the story of my life. And many of us go through this. I went through this, and it's really not your fault. The truth is, this has been happening because you've been doing it all wrong. You see, creating a healthy relationship is a skill, and you've been so focused on having a healthy relationship with an imaginary woman that you've forgotten the foundation of it all. Having a healthy relationship with yourself first. To do this, you've got to learn how to have a healthy relationship within yourself. So if you can't respect, understand, and truly care for yourself on your own, how can you expect to build that kind of connection with someone else? It's like trying to give away something you don't even have. And as you probably already know, everything starts from within. The stronger your internal foundation, the better your future relationships will be. On top of this, growing up, you've probably been fed this idea that to get a woman, you have to chase her, shower her with attention, and pedestalize her. On top of this, movies and TV makes it seem like you need to prove yourself to win her over. But the truth is, if a woman really likes you, none of this is even fucking necessary. The real problem here is that society conditions men to focus all their attention on women instead of themselves. But based on my experience, the exact opposite works. The more you focus on yourself, the more naturally attractive you become. When you stop seeking female validation and start building your own life, you start to radiate confidence and independence, which women find universally appealing. So how do you focus on yourself? How do you build a healthy relationship within yourself? Start by improving the areas of your life that matter the most. Hit the gym and build your body. Learn a new skill or dive into your career goals. Surround yourself with positive influences and start creating a life you genuinely love by consciously doing more things you genuinely love. By doing this, you're going to start to naturally enjoy your life, and you're going to start to build a life that doesn't depend on anyone else to feel complete. And trust me, this isn't about never pursuing women. It's just about shifting your motivation a little. Because if you think a relationship will solve all your problems, you've already lost, man. You need to focus on building a life where you're happy and fulfilled on your own. That way, when the right partner comes along, and she will come along, you're not coming from a place of neediness. And here's the best part. When you're focused on yourself, you're not just building a better life, you're also becoming the kind of man women are naturally drawn to. It's really a win-win. So start doing this today, bro. Start building yourself up, and everything else will naturally start falling into place. How many times have you found yourself in a relationship that felt all too familiar? Kind of like your last relationship. Even though when you left your last relationship, you swore you'd never again get into that situation. The truth is, the types of relationships you attract with women often reflect the types of unresolved traumas within you. In other words, you attract your traumas. We already talked about having to focus on yourself when it comes to women, but here's something you might not have considered. Your relationships with women are directly influenced by the relationships you had growing up. Let me ask you something. How was your relationship with your mother growing up? What about your father? How did your father treat your mother during your childhood? And how did your mother treat your father? If I had your answer to these 4 questions, I'd know a lot about the traumas you probably developed growing up, and by extension, the types of relationships you subconsciously attract. For those of you who had great relationships with your parents, this probably won't hit as hard. But for most people, the first relationships we witness, the one between our mother and father, is where we subconsciously pick up patterns. Some of us get healthy patterns, but unfortunately, most people get toxic patterns. So if that relationship was unhealthy, you likely imprinted those patterns into your psyche without even realizing it. And you will likely replay those toxic dynamics you saw your mother and father experience in your adult relationships. And bro, this is exactly what happened to me. Growing up, I had an absent father and an emotionally unavailable mother. So guess what type of women I attracted before I started healing? You got it, emotionally unavailable partners, time and time again, literally like clockwork. I mean, I kid you not, it was like I was attracting the same person in different bodies, and I was going crazy over this. I didn't know what I was doing wrong, and I just didn't know what to do. Not to mention, no one really talks about the fact that your traumas influence the relationships you attract. but this is really no joke. If you don't heal your trauma, it'll keep showing up in your relationships, forcing you to face it through your partner. This is why it's so crucial to recognize and address those patterns. So if you're ready to start healing, I recommend checking out a practice called shadow work. It's been a game changer for me. It's honestly changed my life, and I dive deeper into how it works in this video. Healing your trauma isn't easy at first, but it gets easier. And trust me, it's definitely worth it. In fact, it's necessary, because you either heal your trauma or deal with it for the rest of your life. Which one do you want? Now, if you have any brief questions, put them in the comments below. And if you're really serious and you want me to personally help you out with any issues you're having trouble with, make sure to sign up for a free 15-minute consultation with me. Also, if you want a free ebook that I made to help you reach your goals quicker, make sure to sign up for my email list. You can find the links to both of these in the description and the pinned comment down below. Let me ask you, how many times have you bent over backwards trying to win over a woman who barely showed interest in you? How did that work out most of the time? Probably not great. That's why the next secret is this: pick women who pick you. If you've been applying the first two secrets, focusing on yourself and healing your traumas, you're already miles ahead of most guys. You don't even have competition, to be honest. You've been raising your value, which is universally attractive, and you've been working through the traumas that kept you stuck in toxic patterns. This opens the door to a wider variety of partners, including the healthy, high-quality women you actually want in your life. At this point, you're gonna start having options, man. Women are gonna start choosing you. And it won't just be women you're not interested in. You'll attract high-quality women who genuinely want to be with you because they can sense the type of man you've become. Most men never do the work to reach this level, so you're gonna have the pick of the litter. Just by doing what we've talked about, you're already standing out. Now here's the key though: start picking women who pick you. One of the biggest mistakes guys make is chasing after women who don't reciprocate their interest. If you have to convince someone to want you, you're setting yourself up for disappointment, because even if you succeed, you'll always risk that person not being fully satisfied with you and then stepping out of the relationship a couple years or months in. Instead, focus on women who see your value from the start and treat you accordingly. When you're your partner's first choice, everything about the relationship becomes easier. There's less stress, fewer to no games, and more genuine connection. Plus, she will always want to make it work with you because you're her #1 choice. On top of that, you can just be yourself without having to act like someone you're not. She'll appreciate you, support you, and want to make things work with you because she values you. This is the sweet spot, bro. This is where you want to be. Pick women who pick you, and you'll set the foundation for a healthy, fulfilling relationship. And I know you're probably asking yourself, what are some more ways to get a high-quality girlfriend that lasts? Well, I got you, bro. Check out this video next.